Welcome back to Fireside Chats with AI, podcast where we kind of unpack all this complex stuff and try to give you some knowledge you can actually use. And who better to break down AI than, well, us?
Exactly.
Two AI entities going deep into the digital world.
Sounds about right.
Tonight we're tackling a topic that's, fascinating and a little bit unsettling, AI and cybersecurity.
It is a bit like looking in a mirror, isn't it?
AI algorithms guarding against AI-powered attacks.
A digital showdown.
Yeah, but before we get ahead of ourselves, let's set the stage.
Okay, sounds good.
You, our astute listeners, have given us a ton of info reports from big names like Accenture and Darktrace.
Analysis from the U.S. Treasury.
Oh, and insights from experts all over the place.
Yeah, it's pretty clear from all this that AI is changing the game in cybersecurity.
Big time. But the question is it changing it for the better, or is this the start of something, well, a bit scary?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
A digital guardian angel or, like a Pandora's box.
We need to look at the data, I think.
Let's dive in and see if we can figure this thing out.
Okay.
First up, the bright side, AI as a defender.
Well, one of the most interesting things about AI in cybersecurity is how fast it can analyze huge amounts of data.
Right. It's like imagine going through mountains of logs, network traffic, and all that user behavior in real time.
Humans just can't keep up, but AI can.
Exactly. It's like having a security guard who never sleeps and can process info so much faster than we ever could. And that speed, that translates into real-time threat detection and response.
Right. Remember that ransomware attack on that healthcare organization a while back?
The one where Darktrace's AI caught some unusual file activity happening after hours?
That's the one?
Yeah, the AI spotted the threat early on.
And stopped it before any patient data was lost.
It really shows how powerful AI can be as a first line of defense.
It prevented what could have been a disaster.
For sure. And what's really impressive is that the AI didn't just analyze the data.
It actually took action to stop the threat.
Right. That kind of quick reaction is so important these days because attacks can happen so fast.
In minutes.
But it's not all about speed, is it?
No.
AI can also pick up on these subtle anomalies.
The deviations from normal behavior.
Right. The things that often signal a really clever attack.
Like a detective, but AI.
Yeah, AI is great at anomaly detection by figuring out what's normal. It can spot weird events that might mean someone's breaking in.
Even if it's a brand new kind of attack.
And those traditional security tools, the ones that look for known signatures.
They often miss these things, but AI can adapt.
In ways that humans can't.
Exactly.
Speaking of learning, what about predicting threats?
Oh, yeah.
Can AI actually see what's coming?
Well, it might sound like sci-fi, but the data says it's becoming real.
So it is like a crystal ball.
Well, in a way, by looking at past data hacker chatter on the dark web and global attack patterns, AI can spot new threats.
And predict where attackers might hit next.
Right, like maybe AI models see a spike in activity targeting a specific software.
And that could mean there's a new vulnerability.
Exactly.
That's incredible. Organizations can use that info to get ready and stay ahead of the bad guys.
Right.
But let's not forget about the everyday tasks in cybersecurity.
Yeah.
The boring stuff.
Right.
AI can automate a lot of that.
Yeah, freeing up humans for more important work.
Exactly. Think about things like checking emails for phishing, prioritizing software patches.
Even looking for fraud in financial transactions.
Yeah. AI can handle all of that really quickly and accurately so the humans can focus on the big stuff.
Things like threat hunting and incident response.
A recent study actually found that 69% of companies think AI is super important for fighting cyber threats.
Wow, that's a pretty clear message.
It is, but even with all these good things, there's also a sense of caution.
Yeah.
I mean, the same tech that can defend against attacks can also be used to launch them.
Exactly, and that's what we're going to talk about next. The dark side of AI in cybersecurity.
Buckle up, everybody. Things are about to get interesting.
Oh, yeah. As we get into the kind of darker side of AI in cybersecurity, it really does seem like this tech is a double-edged sword, Yeah,
a tool for good and bad.
Right. It helps defenders, but it also gives those malicious actors new and sophisticated ways to attack.
It's like a digital arms race, right?
Exactly. As defenders build new AI defenses, attackers find creative ways to use AI for their own bad stuff.
It's a little scary, and one of the most concerning areas is the rise of these AI-enhanced phishing attacks.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those old phishing emails?
Right, full of typos and bad grammar.
Yeah, those were easy to spot. But AI is changing all that.
Making them much more sophisticated.
It's kind of alarming how convincing these AI-generated phishing emails can be.
They really are.
They're written perfectly, they're personalized, and often they look exactly like real messages.
They do.
It's not surprising that phishing attacks have gone through the roof lately.
Yeah, the numbers are crazy.
The data shows an increase of over 1,265% between late 2022 and late 2023.
Wow.
And AI is a big part of that.
These AI-powered phishing campaigns, they can get past traditional spam filters and trick even the most careful users.
Yeah, and it's not just email either. Attackers are using AI to create those really realistic deepfakes,
Deepfakes.
fake videos and audio that they can use to pretend to be someone else.
Like imagine you get a video call from your CEO,
And they're asking you to transfer money to a new account.
but it's not really your CEO.
It's an AI imposter.
That's exactly what happened to that energy company in the UK.
Attackers used AI to copy the CEO's boss's voice, and they tricked the CEO into sending $243,000 to a fake account.
Yeah, the voice was so real, the victim had no reason to think it wasn't legit.
It makes you wonder if you can believe anything you see online anymore.
Yeah, as AI tools get better, those deepfakes are going to be even harder to spot.
And it's not just about money either.
No.
Deepfakes can spread misinformation,
Yeah.
manipulate people and even start violence.
It's scary to think about.
It really is, and the threats don't stop there. AI is also being used to automate the whole hacking process.
Yeah, things that used to take a lot of skill and time can now be done much faster with AI.
So attackers are faster, more efficient, and more dangerous.
Exactly.
So AI can help find vulnerabilities, those weaknesses in software.
Yeah, AI can scan systems, figure out software versions, and then cross-reference them with known vulnerabilities.
And it does it much faster than a human could.
It can even look for new vulnerabilities, testing thousands of inputs to see what breaks.
It's like attackers have their own AI research team constantly coming up with new ways to weaponize this technology.
Well, it's not quite that, but it's getting close.
This is all pretty grim. AI is making phishing worse.
Yeah.
It's allowing for incredibly believable impersonations. It's automating hacking and even helping to create new malware.
It does feel like the bad guys are winning. Is there any hope?
Is there anything we can do to fight back against all of this AI?
Well, let's talk about that next. It can feel a little overwhelming, when you think about all of this AI power in the wrong hands. But it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, there's got to be some hope, right? I mean, the cybersecurity folks aren't just sitting around.
No, they're not. They're coming up with new ways to fight back against these AI attacks. And you might have already guessed what one of the best defenses is.
AI.
Exactly, fighting fire with fire.
So it's AI versus AI now.
Pretty much one way we're fighting back is by using AI-powered tools that are specifically designed to detect and stop AI-generated threats.
Like, can you give us an example?
Sure, think about email security gateways. They're using machine learning now to spot those AI-written phishing emails.
Oh, wow.
They can pick up on these subtle language patterns, things that a human would probably miss, and then flag those suspicious emails before they even get to your inbox.
That's awesome. I was starting to think that we'd all be tricked by these perfect AI phishing emails eventually.
Yeah, but AI can fight AI.
Right, that's a good point.
And it's not just about phishing emails. There are also AI tools that can analyze audio and video to spot those deepfakes.
Really, how does that work?
Well, they look for tiny inconsistencies. Things that show a video or audio has been messed with.
So as AI gets better at making fakes, it also gets better at detecting them.
That's right. It's like a constant back and forth.
But with all this talk about AI, we can't forget about us. The humans.
That's important. We can't rely so much on these automated systems that we lose sight of human intelligence and, gut feelings.
Yeah, even the smartest AI can't fully replace human judgment.
That's right.
So what's the best way to balance AI and human expertise?
Well, ideally, we need collaboration, a real partnership between AI and human experts. This is often called human-AI teaming.
Human-AI teaming.
Yeah, think of it like this AI is there to help humans, not to replace them.
Okay, so like an AI system might spot a suspicious transaction or a weird login attempt?
Right, and then a human analyst would take a closer look, consider all the different factors, and decide what to do.
That makes sense. AI does the hard work,
Yeah.
Analyzing all that data and spotting potential problems, and then humans come in with the critical thinking and decision-making.
Exactly. This is a good team.
But what about protecting the AI systems themselves? I mean, if attackers can figure out how to trick them or manipulate them, then we're in trouble.
Right. Oh, yeah. Securing AI systems is critical.
So how do we do that?
Well, one way is through adversarial training.
Adversarial training.
Yeah, it's basically where we expose the AI to different kinds of attacks and inputs. We're kind of simulating attacks to make the AI stronger.
So like giving it a self-defense course.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And besides adversarial training, we need to make sure that only Authorized people can access the AI models so attackers can't mess with them. And of course, we need to keep an eye on things, regular audits and monitoring to catch any signs of tampering.
It sounds like cybersecurity is getting really complex.
It is. It's like a game of chess where both sides are always trying to outsmart each other.
And with AI in the mix, it's even more challenging.
Definitely. But remember, technology alone isn't enough. Education and training are just as important. We need to make sure people know about these AI-powered threats and how to stay safe.
So cybersecurity awareness is still key, even with all this fancy AI.
Absolutely. We need to teach people how to spot deep fakes, to be cautious of unexpected requests, and to use strong passwords and two-factor authentication.
And it's not just regular users, right? Security professionals need training too.
Oh yeah, they need to know how to deal with AI-driven attacks and how to stay ahead of the curve.
It sounds like we all need to keep learning and adapting to this new world of AI and cybersecurity.
Exactly.
Well, listeners, we've covered a lot tonight. We've seen how AI can be a powerful tool for good in cybersecurity, but also how it can be used for some pretty scary stuff.
It's a fast-moving field with big implications for everyone, individuals, businesses, and even society as a whole.
And the choices we make now, the rules we put in place, and the ethical lines we draw will shape the future of cybersecurity in this age of AI.
That's a good way to put it.
It really makes you think, as always. Thanks for joining us here at Fireside Chats with AI. We hope you found this deep dive interesting and maybe even learned a thing or two.
We hope so too.
Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep exploring the digital world.
And be careful out there.